And last night, the vice presidential candidates had their turn, running to be the United States equivalent of Mexico's Olga Sanchez Cordero, or the real-life equivalent of Netflix's House of Cards' Frank Underwood. Can you tell you how many times someone came to the restaurant, start eating the ribs, and be like, Dan, do you know Frank Underwood? No, he's not a real person. He's not the vice president of the United States. So if you were expecting another episode of The Apprentice or some shitty reality TV show you binge watch on a lonely Saturday afternoon, you were definitely in for a surprise. The debate was not that. Actually, the most interesting thing that happened in the debate was when a fly landed on the white hair head of Vice President Mike Pence.
To the men and women who serve in law enforcement, and I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day.
Top story on the news media, and I can imagine the fly. Bzzz. Look, Mom, I'm on TV. Bzzz. 56 million people. Hey, Mom. But there were only a few gotcha zingers, bam, bam, gotcha man moments. I mean, oh my God, I'm totally going to Insta this. He was so rude kind of moment. None of that happened. It was kind of pretty straightforward. But let's review some of the things that were memorable. Number one, Kamala came right out of the gate with some explosive comments, probably the most memorable line of the entire debate.
Well, the American people have witnessed what is the greatest failure of any presidential administration in the history of our country.
Yeah, she started with that. Bang, Pence. And Harris was not going to allow Pence to interrupt her like Trump did to Uncle Joe.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Yeah, of course. In good all-American capitalism fashion, she says I'm speaking, and then everybody's making T-shirts, hat, keychains, N95 COVID masks, inflatable fingers, I'm speaking. And Mexicans are like, I'm not wearing a T-shirt with that on that. No way. Unless it's an American Eagle on it. Because you know Mexican, yo, I traveled to U.S. Yep, you see this? American Eagle T-shirt. And for a debate featuring two heterosexuals, they were talking a lot about packing.
Right now, they'd like to know if you and Joe Biden are going to pack the Supreme Court if you don't get your way in this nomination.
Let's talk about packing.
You once again gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
Trying to answer you now.
Yo, 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 let's talk about packing heat. What they were talking about is actually chatter in the media that if Biden wins, they could possibly add at least 2 Supreme Court justices to the court to ensure there are more liberal voices on the court. And Harris did not deny that or say that they were going to do that. But it seemed like Pence was speaking inside a reality distortion field and made a case last night that if Biden was president, things in the country would have been much worse, citing the swine flu in 2009, that if it was a more serious disease, more than 2 million Americans would have died. Could have, would have, should have, Pence. And today, in a post-debate rally in Colorado, he said, I think the choice in this election is whether America remains America, which I think is code for whether America remains white.